Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, September 14th. We are looking at the SPY ETF market profile here on Window Trader. And basically, for a day we're in a 4-day balance, becomes a 5-day balance. We gap higher, only to see it fail in A period. We push tremendously after that, get stretched out tremendously. All right, we're up 1 3/4%. I said it was stretched. I'll go over my trades in a minute, what I did. We had a chance for a trend day. Do not. We get 8 wide. POC was lowered. We have value that stayed higher on the day. Indices stayed strong a good part of the day, even though they tried to push down like they've done in the past. We're getting bigger and bigger rotations because the ranges are bigger, and that's something that we have to keep aware of. What's happening and why it's happening. So in A period, we opened, took a long right away. I said I liked what the range was. I bought the 337 calls. Went up a little bit, took some off, went down, filled the gap, got long again. Not again. I added to my long, went back, took it back to the opening, and basically got out of it right above the opening. The reason for that is because once we filled the gap, if we didn't fill the gap, I would have held on to it longer. But I thought that we filled the gap. I got back above around the opening. It was a very nice trade. I had decent size on it when I added on, so I took it off. Then they've done what they can do now, right? And again, I have to realize that, and that's why I'm trying to teach and educate out here. They ran, and they ran hard. We got up to the overnight high. I took a quick short in A period, and I mean quick. It was the 340 puts, came in the first time, not faded it, but it came in, and it was a nice trade. Then B started. I was looking to see if B was the lowest accepted price. It looked like it might be because it took out A's high right away, but it came down more than I like. I didn't do anything, and then B just shot up. And I mean B shot up pretty hard. And I said, look, we're getting stretched out pretty quickly. We're up 1 3/4%. We ripped up there very early. So I was like, I don't mind being short here. I have D and E and the upper end of the middle distribution and the singles to play against. I took a short. Again, I played the 340 puts. I said it was getting stretched out, and it worked out. Had no problem with it. Now C opens. C is an inside bar. I'm like, I'm not sure what I want to do here. We didn't take out B's high right away, and you know my feeling on that. Generally, we'll fill the singles, but it was a fairly large set of singles, so I didn't really want to short it, and I certainly didn't want to buy it up here. In fact, I was looking if we took out B's high and failed again up here, I would have shorted again, but I never got that opportunity, so I watched. D did take out C's low, and I thought there was a good chance that we would fill the singles. I didn't take the trade. That was the same trade on this day on the 9th. Remember, I took that, and then it really ran against me. Well, I didn't take it this time. I didn't do anything. I watched. I did take a short in E because I thought E then initially didn't take out D's high. I thought it might come back down. I made some on it. Then it went back up. As soon as it took out D's high, I took off the rest and lost small on that trade. Now here's where the couple frustrating trades took place. The market is up here. I'm like, well, what are the buyers trying to do? They're obviously, what are they getting for their money? A lot of this is short covering, right? Because the market was short from Friday. It was short from not overnight. I'm sorry, it was short from Friday. I'm like, well, they're long from overnight. Yes, this is short covering, but there's also people buying here and they're not getting much. So at some point, we never had inventory correct itself. That should usually happen sooner rather than later. I'm like, well, if it's going to correct itself, we should at least get out the week longs from today's trading. So I took a short. When we took out F's, when F took out E's, I didn't do anything in F. But when G started and couldn't take out F, I did take a short. And I'm watching it. It came in, took some off, put some on, back on. When it went up, took some off. Played this game the whole time. I mean, it was forever. Finally, H breaks down. I still had some. I mean, I did okay on the short, but nothing great. But now I'm looking for the afternoon pullback low. And again, the way this got stretched in A and B, I have to realize this could get stretched. So I get out of my short, and now I'm looking for longs around here. And I get long right around here in H. And now, again, nothing big. But H pushes down, I pushes down. I started with 20 on the long. I added 20. Now I can tell you twice I added good size. Now again, this is not I's low. I's low is 338.08. So I's low is right where my cursor is. Never got down here. So that was the bad tick. So right around here is the low. I added 100 contracts, took them up, started taking them off, came back in, did it again. I still had the other ones that I had, and it finally went back to a level that put me nicely in the money, and I got out of it. So, yes, I probably could have made more, hold on to my short more, and yes, I could have made more if I got a little pickier on my long, because we have to realize these things are going further than I'm giving them credit for. Now, I made money on both of them, the short and the long, but this one took longer. And then, believe it or not, J, K, L, I was like, this is chop. The way we chopped here, and I don't want to do anything, I don't want to do anything in this chop. I said, I need something to give me a reason. Well, M gave me a reason. M shot up, and right around the high, right before the 350 hour, I bought 50 of the 342 puts that expire Wednesday. That was the only Wednesday trade I took. And immediately I bought them 365. They went down. I took a bunch off around 381. I made 16 cents on 25 or 30, and then it kept coming in. I kept taking them off. Boy, I should have held them because they went to 4 and change. I took the rest off at about 405. So a beautiful trade. I just lied in the grass waiting for the prey to come by to pick it off. I don't care if I don't do anything in here. I waited for 2 hours and took that trade, and boom, made my good day a very good day. All right, destinations for tomorrow. Upside is today's high of 340.38. Then the single prints from the 10, 340.84, get filled at 341.20. And then the weekly high of 342.53. For today, now, I am using this as an afternoon pullback, only to have something to lean on since it held the open and everything. It is by no stretch of the imagination the definition of an afternoon pullback. But I'm using L's low as 337.55. As a pullback. Today's low of 336.93. And then 331 weekly low and fill in the gap at 330.06. 94-point gap from the 5th. So again, what do I expect tomorrow? We had a pretty good range. We're in a 5-day balance. We have the Fed talking Wednesday. I expect major chop probably inside of M's range tomorrow before we get any traction. That's what I'm looking for. Now, let's go to the charts. Couple interesting things. Monthly, we close at 338.46. M's high is 339.82. So we went back and forth through February's high like it wasn't even there in M period. Again, halfway through the month, we're below February's high. We still have time to really worry about that. Weekly, we are one time framing down 2 weeks. Right now, we'll see. Actually, they're showing the weekly low is 336.93. So maybe they corrected that bad tick on the Schwab. Let's see. Let's see the daily. I'll tell you right now. They are not. So I really don't understand. The weekly low is today's low. So I don't know why the weekly low would be right and the daily low is wrong. But it is. I'll correct that after we get off the video. 5-day balance. A market in balance is waiting for more market generated information. So that's how we'll play it. Hope you had a great day trading. Come check us out at CamelbackTrading.org. Watch us live stream all day with trade ideas. It's a great room. It's a great community. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening